right now.
Yeah, big me up.
Hey,
I ain't mad.
Hey, Miss Courtney, we gonna do something a little different for you, man.
Okay,
'Cause
okay.
you out here, you with the garage, you with Gotta Talk right now.
All
man.
right.
So we gonna bring because we celebrate you. That's right here. When you come in here, we celebrate you. We talking about what you did and
Thank
what you
you.
accomplished, and you the biggest of the biggest right now, Courtney.
You know, I mean, that's what they say. It's debatable, but I appreciate it.
Ain't no debating with that.
It's debatable.
So coming on with the garage man and Gotta Talk right now, we gotta give you your flowers.
Aw.
We gotta give you your
I
flowers.
love a flower.
We gotta give you your flowers right now.
Oh, thank you so much. Huh? Open it up. Okay. Let me see. No,
You in here with-
I ain't want to tear the packaging up, but I might have to.
Tear it up, Courtney.
Tear them out.
Yes, man.
Okay.
You in here with Gotta Talk. You talk with the garage right now. We gonna celebrate you right now.
Ooh. The garage.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
And all your
come on.
accomplishments right
Look
there.
at all of my brands on here.
Yes,
Come on, check it out. And shout out to whoever did the work.
Oh, we got Onk in the back door.
Shout out to whoever did the shirt.
And with that shirt,
Come
Courtney,
on,
that's
the
lit.
Cohen, the bridge, Aveka Moore, pretty and plated, bonfire. Oh, this is
And with
lit.
that shirt on, with that shirt, Courtney, that's just letting you know
I'm
anything
wearing
Gala
this
Vision,
too.
garage got going on. We support you.
Thank you.
We are part of your team, and we gotta give you your flowers right now.
I appreciate that.
You deserve
so
your flowers right
much.
now.
Okay, y'all better start my day off lit, right?
We got to.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's gonna be a lot to talk about in this interview. We gonna get on some good stuff. We gonna have a good time in this interview right now.
Let's do it.
Cause man, I'm a businessman. I love business. I've been watching this queen a long time.
Come on.
She been shaking the cities up. She been shaking the states up. Right now, she going right down to Florida right now, man.
I am.
So we gonna get into all that, but Courtney, about to start from the early beginnings, man. Let us know who
Let's
you
go
is,
there.
where you
Let's
from.
go there. I am a country girl. I'm from Allendale, South Carolina. A lot of people like to think that I'm actually like from the city. You know, I'm in the county. You know, Allendale is Charleston County, but I'm from Allendale, South Carolina. My grandmother is from McClellanville, South Santee section of McClellanville. That's like right next to Georgetown County, but it's still in Charleston County. My grandfather's from Allendale, South Carolina. I am a country girl through and through.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And said I want to jump in and talk about certain things already because I've been watching you for a long time. Courtney. I've been seeing everything you've been doing.
It's been a
I'm
lot.
A fan.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm one of the
that.
biggest fans.
I appreciate that. That's what's up.
When I look at the word hustle and you put Miss in front of it, I see your name again. I see your name next to it right now.
I ain't scared to gamble. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared to bet on myself.
Yes, ma'am.
I tell people when I started entrepreneurship, which was a long time ago, like I was throwing parties since my teen years out in the country and stuff. But in 2016, in 2010, when I decided to quit my job and to take this on full time, you know, I went to my mom and I was like, yo, mommy, I really think I want to quit my job. I'm making money doing this. I'm making money doing that. And my mom was like, quit. And I was like, what? She was like, you're more than qualified to get another job. Take the chance and gamble on yourself. If it don't work out, go get another job. She's like, you're more than qualified to get another job. She's like, but bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
And since 2010, I've been betting on me.
Listen, that's the biggest thing she can tell y'all right now. From a hustler to y'all can see everything that she got going on right now. Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
So Mom Duke, she had your back. She supported you through the run. Was it any time that you feel like that's too much or I couldn't do it or did you doubt yourself at any time?
A ton of times. I still doubt myself. You know, there's still things that I do and I be like, nah, that's not gonna work out. I shouldn't do that. Like I tell people about the bonfire. Like the bonfire, now it's been going on for about 8 years. But when I first I thought about it 3 years before I actually did it, and I doubted it. I was like, it's not gonna work out. Nobody's gonna come to this. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna grasp the concept. The first bonfire only sold 33 tickets. You know what I'm saying? But 700 something people came and walked up and paid to get in at the door. So it's just like, I still doubt myself. I just dropped the new event, the Chili Bear Festival, that I'm super excited about, but that's been a brainchild of mine for the last 2-3 years. Yeah. And I said to myself, they not going to support that. Like they're not going to get it. Like, you know, sometimes I think that when you've been doing it for so long, you like, the fire done burnt out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you right now, that shit's still lit, Courtney.
And people surprise me when they still come out and they still support. And I be like, damn, like I actually still can pull another event off. I still can create new things that they're going to enjoy. And even some people still want some of the old things that I used to do.
Yes.
So it's like,
we about to get into the R. We about to get into the raw poetry. We about to get into all that. And just to touch on what you say, Courtney, you really build your brand and you build a fan base. You have a loyal fan base. They're going to go wherever you go at, Courtney.
I do. And I appreciate them so much. And that's the thing. Like, people don't understand that. Like, I love my supporters. Like, the people who support me. I know that it's a choice. Like, you don't have to support somebody. So the fact that people take the time to support you and they could spend their money with anybody else and they spend it with you today. I'm leaving here. You know what I got going on today? I got an appreciation boat ride for my customers and some of my employees. I paid for the boat. I got the food. I got the drinks. They like, how much the tickets is? I was like, it's free. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it every month. I'm doing one a month for all. I can only put 45 people on the boat, but I'm picking 45 people each month that support me, that come through, that show up, that even, and support is just sharing my flyers.
I'll be honest with you, Courtney, you might be having boats for the next 2 years.
Well, that's the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely want to show people my appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Like, as best I can, so like, but I love on the people who love on me.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Courtney, man, just like us coming from, we come to your events and stuff like that. You make it for something for us to do. And when you do your events, you let rappers, you let people get their shine on, you let them get a spotlight, and you don't charge.
I don't.
You don't charge for everybody with that bonfire. And y'all see me going to bonfire, people on stage, she don't charge.
I don't. I feel
she
like
show the city love.
I feel like that is my offering to the city. That is the way I show love, to say, I have a platform. Why would I charge you to be on my platform? If I done paid the bill for everything. Come on the stage. I'm gonna give you a certain allotment of time. Do your thing while you have the moment. Do your thing. I think that's the biggest way for the city to continue to thrive.
Yes, ma'am.
To put themselves out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, why not give them that moment to shine? Now, what they do on stage, some people may not like it or not, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give you the opportunity to put yourself on, because somebody gave me the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, there were people who believed in me and allowed me to use their venues for free. You know what I'm saying? There were people who allowed me to touch their stages for free. And I just feel like that's me showing the love and giving it back in return.
That's paying it full, Courtney. You're doing a hell of a job with that right now.
Thank you.
But we're going to stop right, man. Tell us about the early ages when, like you said, you've been throwing teenage parties.
Yes.
That's where the hustling first came from.
Yes. So
talk to us about that. Walk us through those teen parties, because we ain't been there.
So
talk me about it.
I had always been like a social butterfly, right? So I went to the School of the Arts in North Charleston for middle and high school. So I'm from the country. But I went to school at the School of the Arts in North Charleston, and I went to school, and this school at the time was in the middle of Liberty Hill, right? Old John C. Calhoun building, like, it's literally in the middle of the hood.
Right there by Danny Jones.
Right there.
Between Liberty Hill and Monroe. Right? I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, I went to school, and it's a Charleston County school, so I went to school with kids from North Charleston, West Ashley, downtown, Johns Island. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was from somewhere else, but they were all from the county. So, of course, now I'm hanging with my homegirls who from downtown.
Right.
That I go to school with. I'm going to Johns Island, hanging out with my homegirl who's in Johns Island, So I'm meeting people in all these different areas. Now, in the country, I'd always been kind of a social butterfly. I had birthday parties. Me and my best friend used to have birthday parties every year together. And then once I got to 15, 16, because back then you had your license at 15.
In the country, y'all learn that driving early that.
We learned how to drive at an early age. I had my car at 16, my sweet 16, I got a car. I had my license at 15. So, of course, my friends from high school, they're like coming to my parties now. So, of course, I'm having a party in the country. I'm bringing all the city folks from school and their friends that I've met. They come into the country to these parties. So now it's like, dang, Courtney got these dope parties, and she's bringing country folk and city folk together, and it's lit. People meeting new people, seeing different faces. So now I'm like the it girl, right, with the parties. You know what I'm saying? Right. People are really enjoying my parties. And then I went to South Carolina State University. Of course, I was involved with a lot of other youth things, church, YPDers, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were people who knew me from so many different areas, and I just kind of used all of those relationships and all those connections from all those things. When I did events, yo, pull up on me, come see me. And it was just so many different people. It was a melting pot of South Carolina in at one event.
So
So,
what age was this? Because you've been networking and you've been hustling and grinding
since
early. So house parties. So what
Yeah.
age was this?
I would say my first real party, I might have been like 13.
All right.
My best friend Jason, rest in peace to him. We were throwing birthday party. His birthday was January 6th. Mine was January 7th, the same year. You know what I'm saying? So we were throwing parties together, since we were kids. So, but it turned into like currency, you know what I'm saying, once we got to like high school. And it was like, okay, no, we can actually make some money off of these. People are driving to the parties or whatever the case, we gonna make some money. It was a club back in McClellanville called Club Shantae's or Club 17 Paradise. It was called a couple different things.
Right.
But we were throwing parties there, you know what I'm saying? And we started throwing I was throwing club parties when I was like 19, right? So it's just like, we throwing parties at the club. I couldn't drink, but we got people in there who are able to drink, you know what I'm saying? Times were different back then, though, too.
Definitely different.
Times was way different back then. But you know what I'm saying? So we were throwing parties, like making money off of it, probably when I was like 17, 16.
Got you. A lot of people don't know this, but that poet at the end of your name,
Oh, yeah.
you are a musician.
I am.
You do poetry.
I am.
And that's the part that people kind of see that you don't blow because you're one of the biggest entrepreneurs that there is. That's what we had to bring you those flowers today. That poetry, where did that come? That inspiration came from?
So I went to the School of the Arts. I studied theater. So a lot of people don't know. Some people do know. I ain't gonna call his name, but one of the gentlemen behind the camera, he know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I do a lot of bit of everything. I sing, I rap, poetry, and I'm actually pretty good at all of those things. Like I ain't but it was just one of those things where I remember back in the day, because I would go to New York. My mom would send me to see Broadway shows because I love theater. Right. But I always used to hear the term starving artist. And I never wanted to be a starving artist. And I realized that there was more money on the other side of the artistry when it came to producing the shows and the events. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could still be a part of the art and I could still put on, artistic things, but I don't want to be on the starving side of it. So I just became the producer for events. And, that's kind of why I got into it. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger to where art for me it's still my biggest passion. I just don't make money off of my poetry or my singing or my music. I just decided to do the other side of it. And because of that, I show love to artists. Like when I book artists, like I pay them, I'm never trying to say, well, you should do it for free. No, as an artist who was getting booked back in the day and people was giving me $50 to show up. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? $50, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to me to, when I holler at an artist and I want to show them love, I'm like, yo, I'm going to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Because some people will try and be like, oh, no, I'm giving you opportunity. Nah, listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. I've been on both sides of it. And being on the producer side of it, I make sure I pay artists.
And that's the part where people, they don't understand, what you even taking that blueprint and doing it like that, that's what makes you so successful.
Thank you.
You have a blueprint to what you do, and it's fucking working.
Thank you.
Once again, like I said, I'm gonna call you Miss Carolinas because ain't nobody putting on like how you
that's
putting
a
on.
heavy title, man.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm.
Can't be throwing thing out there like that.
Yes, ma'am. Because I watches the erotic poetry. I've been in attendance for that. I've been to the all-white parties. I've been to the all-black parties. I've been to the bonfires. Every club you had, I've been to, and I was like, wow, she got this shit on fire. You got the golden hand, like you couldn't lose.
Well, I tell people, okay, so in this business, you're gonna take losses, right?
Definitely.
But what you can't lose is your spirit and the reason that you're doing it.
Yes,
you know what
ma'am.
I'm saying? Like if you are in this thing and saying like it's all about the money, well, of course, if you take your L, then you're gonna quit because it's about the paper for you. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely love people. I genuinely love passing the torch. I genuinely rock with the people who rock with me.
I gotta give you a hand clap with that because I talk to people and I tell them all the time, if you in this for money right now, you can make a certain amount of money. You don't have no passion for it.
Yeah.
You got to be in this to be a better than you. You got to have a love and you got to have a passion for it.
You have to.
So if y'all watching and y'all seeing this right now, she giving y'all a blueprint of this shit, bro.
You have to. If you
Passion,
don't love it,
love.
if you don't have a passion for it, if you don't love it, you're just not going to. Because there are times where, I've had events and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, or it always looked good, but on the back end, you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? There many incidents where I could say, okay, this is it. Like I took a loss big enough. I ain't doing this no more. But I just know that I love what I do. Like I genuinely love what I do. I love connecting with people. I love when I walk into the place and I see people having a good time, laughing and saying, Miss Courtney, we love you, girl. Thank you so much. And I'd be like, I genuinely love that. You know what I'm saying? And of course you got the people who don't like it. And I'd be like, I love that too. You know what I'm saying? I love that I can get people so riled up. I'm like, I matter that much to you? Like, you got to be kidding me.
Dude.
You
and
know?
it's like what you're speaking on is you come from a place of making people happy. Like we all God's kids at the end of the day. My job is to create a smile. My job is to create happiness inside your life. And you did that for a lot of people. Yeah. You ever sit back and look at everything that you did and be like, damn, I couldn't need a motherfucking poet.
You know, I have my arrogant moments. You know, I don't pop. I don't
it's
pop
confidence, mama. You put the work in. It's confidence, mama. That's what it is.
I have my moments with my friends sometimes because they have to remind me. Because so the reason that I'm not like arrogant or cocky for real is because I have not got to where I want to be yet. With all that I've done, there is still so much more in my head of what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is light work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, all right, this is cool, but it's something bigger that I want. So for me to pop my shit when I know I ain't nowhere near where I want to be,
right?
Like, I'm like, this is light work. There are things that are way bigger, you know what I'm saying, that I want to do.
Got a vision in this garage right here? Mm-hmm. We're going to pat you in that back. We're going to pop that shit for you now. We're going to talk this shit for you now.
Now, my homegirls, trust me, everybody know my best friend Kia. She pops my shit for me. I don't got to pop it for me. You know what I'm saying? She bigs me up and she reminds me sometimes of all the things that I've done because sometimes I forget. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be like, oh, damn, I did do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to, and as all entrepreneurs, I'll tell you this, give yourself grace because sometimes you really beat yourself up trying to chase everything at one time. And sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back and say, but look what I have accomplished. Look what I have done. You got to give yourself grace and cheer yourself on for the small things.
Yes, ma'am. You got to take those small goals and appreciate it because that's going to get you to the bigger goal.
Definitely.
Hey, cool. Now I ain't gonna lie to me. You sitting here right now. You educating me. I learned it from you now. I watch you from the far now.
I like to drop gems here and there. You know what I'm saying?
I watch you from the far. I'm watching everything you've been doing for a long time. I was like, shit, I got to get there.
You got it.
Like what you doing.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I don't know how long that you guys have been doing this podcast. I think I might have seen it the end of last year or top of this year. I don't know when it was, but I know it wasn't in this arena. Like, it looked like it was somewhere different, right? But lately, I've been seeing it all the time. So like this podcast, I don't know how long it's been in existence, but what I will tell you is y'all are doing a damn thing. Like
appreciate that.
The visuals look good. You know, the little short clips.
Shout out to Galavision.
the short clips that are popping up like on social media. I see it on Snap, the
Shout
Gram.
out to Chucky.
You know, I see it on Facebook. Like it looks amazing.
Shout out to the team in the garage. You got Dig and Tiv, and then we appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it looks
that
great.
Means a lot.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. When I was asked, I was like, of course. I'm like, I see this thing all over social media. I can't believe it took this long for me to get on
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we went to getting you to that place to get you on there, I was like, hey, listen. When we do this, we celebrating people and what they're doing right now.
Got you.
Yours got to be a little different.
Got you. I feel you.
You out of there right now. You
Thank
overly
you.
out of there.
Thank you.
Ain't too much people near you right now, so we have to make sure we got our shit together.
Thank you.
To make sure we celebrating this queen right now.
I appreciate that.
So
man.
for the people who don't know, because I mean, you got the young, like right now, everything you do pops from our generation to the next generation to the younger generation.
And I don't know how I can. I don't know how I get all them churn. I don't know. I be laughing. I'm 42. Okay, I am 42 years old. You know what I'm saying?
42 young.
42 young.
All
right?
Let's
oh no,
go.
I know. I already know. I'm only as young as I feel.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel 25.
Let's go.
You know, I'm more like 30. 35. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 42 years old, and I still am amazed at how I have had events where their parents used to
Mhm.
party with me. Like I ran into a
Mhm.
young lady in Starbucks the other day, and she said, Court, she was like, girl, you know my daughter be at the bridge. And I was like, what? She was like, I mean, you got a kid that old? She's like,
Yeah.
yes. And she's like, wow. She's like, I want to come. She said, but I can't come to get my daughter. You know, when you do the next event, I'll be there.
Right,
And then
right.
I have sometimes where I have Memorial Day. I had
Right.
mama and daughter there. And you know, it's so funny to me that I have people from my era, a little older, who was coming out for all the events that I did back there, and
Mhm.
their kids are coming out now. Because you know, they're 27 and 26 now. And I'm like, this is crazy that I'm still relatable, but I think it's because I still am young at spirit.
It's hard to beat relevancy.
It
It's
is.
hard to be consistent. You gotta be a grinder to be able
Yeah.
to do that, and you have done that over generation after generation after generation.
Yeah.
So for the younger generation who don't really know, they going to the bridge, they going to the coin, they see what got going on. Let's walk them through the early stages,
Woo.
the all white, the all black party. Like,
Well, before that, you know, it started with Neo Soul Sundays. Neo Soul Sundays started in 2009 at LJ's Hughie's, 587 King Street. And of course, for those of you who are in Charleston, you don't know who LJ Hughie is, well, I'm going to give you a history lesson, okay?
let's talk. Let's talk that talk.
He is the man, okay? He is the man before anybody else was the man. So LJ Hughie, of course, owned his properties. Cool. If you go into East Cooper Disco, that's
Shout
LJ
out
as
East
well.
Cooper.
Hannibal's, that's that's LJ.
Shout out Hannibal's.
You know what I'm saying? So LJ, I went to him about doing this Neo Soul Sunday event, and he was kind of like, you know, everybody's like, LJ don't deal with young kids. He don't deal with young kids. And I'm like, well, I'm going to holler at him anyways. And
As you
again,
should.
the same reason, like I said, why I show love to people is because people show love to me. Where everybody told me LJ would not do business with me, he had a meeting with me, and he was like, I'm a rock with you.
Got you.
And we did, and I started Neo Soul Sunday, and I was doing it once a month. And then I remember my first show, and he was just like, "You got to feed the people." And he just went in the back and started bringing out fried chicken and meatballs and rice. And I was like, "Who paying for this?" And he was like, "No, I got it." You know. And so like a lot of people, even when I run my businesses now, they be like, "Why you give so much stuff away?" And I was like, that's what I was taught. I was like, you know, I had LJ Hughie who taught me, like, you have to show your customers, like, I appreciate you in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? Big Meech, Blue Magic, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gave $3 drinks every day, all day, you know what I'm saying? And free seafood nights, you know what I'm saying? So my mentors were LJ Hughie and Big Meechy.
Shout out both of them.
Both of them, right?
Shout out both of them.
And they showed me to like give to get. So, you know, I'm doing Neo Soul Sunday with LJ, and he's doing all the food, and you know, the show ain't doing, you know, what I wanted to do. This is my first time like converting from straight partying to poetry shows.
Got you.
And then about 8 months in, it clicked. Well, actually, what happened was I started in August of 2010, of 2009, and then my birthday came around that January, and he let me do my birthday party there, and it was stupid, crazy, packed, like dumb. Right?
Your
And
birthday?
then after that, it started just the Neo Soul Sunday started just picking up.
Your birthdays be like that.
It was like that. It was like that.
Be like that.
And so after that, it just picked up. So then Neo Soul Sunday started to do its thing. A year later, I took Neo Soul Sunday to Columbia. So I was doing Neo Soul Sunday in Columbia and in Charleston once a month. In 2000, and that was in 2010. 2011, I started the Erotic Poetry Show. So then it was Neo Soul Sunday, Charleston, Columbia, and then the Erotic Poetry Show in Charleston.
All right.
And so 2012, I was at Plan B, you know, doing stuff, and I was doing it, but then Big Meechy had sent the word, I want you to come to Blue Magic. And I was kind of like, okay, cool. He's like, nah, I'm gonna show you what you're worth. And he was like, you know, like you're getting the door money, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm gonna show you how much money you really making.
Right,
and
right,
so
right.
he would then have me do events and let me count the money from the bar and everything, so I could see like how much money I was really bringing in a business. So he then started teaching me like how this, you know, stuff works. So even with the erotic poetry shows, like I was just doing I was putting on a great show, but he was like, nah. So let's beef it up. So he built like a kissing booth and started building like props and things. And I was like, who paying for that? He's like, you paying for it. Watch how much money this brings you in because you beefed up the experience. And I was like, okay. And then I saw it. I'm like, people were just so amazed by something as small as me getting a handsome guy in a booth, and he wasn't kissing them. He was feeding them like strawberries or cupcakes and stuff. And people just loved that. So then it was like, okay, we can do this. And so he started showing me what I was really worth, not just the door money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was showing what I really was bringing
Back
into
in,
a business.
everything.
Yeah, everything. And so then, I just started beefing up the production with Erotic Poetry. And then we did Vegas, and him and I did that together. And what really kicked things off, and a lot of people don't know, is in 2014, when Blue Magic had shut down, we didn't work for about 10 months. And he was like, don't do nothing until we open up Vegas. And I was like, okay, I just bought a house. Like, I literally was able to buy a house off of my poetry. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with Big Meechie. You know what I'm saying? I just bought a house and I'm like, I got mortgage to pay. You want me to not work for 10 months?
I do not want to stop you.
Go ahead.
But you see what you said?
Yeah.
The man with the plan gave you that plan. He told you to work for 10 months. You just bought a house.
Yeah.
But y'all believe in yourself.
Yeah. I believe
And
in
y'all ride with
him.
that.
So it's just like there are two people, LJ Hugie and Big Meechie. I'm going to be honest with you. I will blindly follow them wherever they tell me to go because they've done it. And they've proven that they got longevity in it. Like, I'm not going to question the words of men who came before me and have done it successfully, right? Yeah. I'm just going to blindly listen and follow. So I didn't work for 10 months in 2014. Like, I was like, what am I going to do? Right, But I had saved up a little bit of money from all the erotic poetry shows that I did at Blue Magic and the money that I was making at Blue Magic. And then we were having some difficulties with getting Vegas open because when it was the club before, it had like a fire or something. And we were having some issues getting this roof passed. And so he said, you know what? I'm sorry. He said, just go ahead and do a show. I didn't do nothing for 10 months. When I did that first erotic poetry after them 10 months, that was the largest. It was like 1,100 people showed up. And I was like, what?
Where was this erotic poetry at?
That was at Hamlin Plantation. It was in Mount Pleasant.
I remember because I've been there, but that's why I had to get into it. It
was so stupid. And literally 3 weeks later, I had reached out to Meminger Auditorium. And they was like, if this girl pull this thing off in 3 weeks at Meminger, she's gone. Like she's gone. And I did it. And then 3 weeks later, I did another show at Meminger and had about 2,500 people show up. And after that, it was over. Like, it had been stamped, but they don't know the reason that happened is because I waited 10 months to do an event.
Starving. That's what it is.
And I didn't know what I was doing. He knew what was. Meechie was telling me, don't do it.
You got to treat this thing like a drug
stop.
game. You
Yeah.
got, hey, ain't no work out here. We starving them right now.
And so I didn't understand it. He was like, don't do it. He's like, don't work, chill. And I'm like, how am I supposed to chill? But I did. And 10 months later, when I did that thing, I was like, oh my God, this is what happens when you don't do things all the time. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's a drought in the city. Courtney ain't doing nothing, so they starving.
And so that's what happened. And I was like, okay, this is awesome. So then I stopped doing the erotic poetry show all the time. I started doing it once a year, and it's the all white erotic poetry.
I remember that.
And so I'm bringing that back this year.
Okay, let's go.
I'm doing it on Saturday, the 4th of July. I know people got cookouts, whatever. But when you cook out over, come on. It starts at 9 o'clock, 9:30. But because erotic poetry started in 2011, it's 2026. That's 15 years. So this is the 15-year anniversary.
Let's go. Let's cut that out, man. That's huge. This is
I'm
celebrate
doing
that.
100 tickets for $15 only for the 15-year anniversary for erotic poetry. Of course, I got Coob, I got Honcho, I got Major Boy DJ, and we got 3 rooms.
Courtney.
Huh?
You got the city.
Come on now.
We got the garage, but you gonna come out there?
We got 3 rooms of entertainment, and I have a special guest I'm waiting on to confirm. The fellas are gonna love this one for erotic poetry. I'm waiting on her to confirm. But yeah, so it's the 15th anniversary, but that's when things really took off in 2014 when I waited it out for 10 months.
We're gonna tell you right now, anything that you got going on. You got Gala Vision, you got the garage. We coming out there too.
Come on, turn up.
Celebrating.
I'm with y'all.
We pushing you.
I'm
Is that
with
the end of
y'all.
the day? Like I tell them, if it wasn't for you bigging the city up, how you big it up, we wouldn't have certain rappers. We wouldn't have certain people. Our platform wouldn't be our platform without you.
Definitely. Well, I think that for people who don't understand the artistry of it, like on the music side, whenever a artist from Charleston who got some kind of motion, got something going on, like if I'm putting them on a stage and they're performing, their streams are automatically, depending on that performance, their streams are automatically going to go up. If it's an old artist or if it's someone relevant new, because somebody who is in the crowd who's like, we just came to this event, but everybody went crazy over that song. Now they asking who that is, where they from. Now they streaming it. You know what I'm saying? If it's an old song, now I'm in my nostalgia vibes. I'm streaming that all week because I feel good. I'm remembering that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just helps the artist. Like, I know this for a fact. Like, artists hit me up and say, Courtney, my streams, when I did Bonfire in Charlotte,
you already there, but I've been getting in next.
All the Charleston artists literally hit me up and was like, my streams in Charlotte just went stupid. Because they were on that platform. And you have people who are looking like, who are these people? And why do all of the crowd know the words of these songs? Their streams automatically go up. Now people are interested. They want to know who they are and what they got going on.
So even with, because we know you got the city, we know you got South Carolina. To be able to get to your platform and your following and your fans and everybody to, it's like you can go to another state and take over their state. Talk to me about that.
Well,
when you look inside, when you've been at North Carolina, and you be like, God damn, I got Charleston in here with me right now, like Charlotte right now. What did that moment feel like?
So, first of all, I cried on stage, okay? There's video footage of me crying on stage. And it was more so the Charleston support. Like, it was like, oh my God, like y'all actually did this. And not like a little bit of y'all, a lot of bit of y'all.
Yeah.
Like it was so much love in that room. And I think, that is the biggest pat on the back is when your city rides with you and not a couple people, thousands of them ride with you. That is just a feeling that you can't explain. Like I am not like, I'm a girly girl, but like emotional, like I don't really do too much of that.
Right.
I literally was in tears because I could not believe that many people pulled up.
You deserve to be in tears, Courtney.
Oh man, I was
something
tearing.
that never was done before.
Definitely.
And just like I say, watching you as a fan.
Thank you.
As everything you do, and I look as what you did. Like you say, you've been doing this since back in the day. You build a platform. You got the support, and you got everybody riding with you right now.
Thank you.
You played chess the whole time.
Still am. But still am. But, so there is a part of the story that I did skip.
All right, let's get to it.
It ain't going to be long. So Charlotte is actually what turned me all the way up. So I lived in Charlotte from 2005 to 2008.
Got you.
And I was a waitress. My best friend died in 2004, December 26, 2004. I was brokenhearted. That's why I was doing the parties with when we were younger. I packed everything. I moved to Charlotte. I was just depressed. I was working as a waitress. And it was a guy who worked in there with me. His name is Rocky, still one of my closest friends. He lives in Charlotte still. And he was like, yo, what are you doing here? And I was like, what you mean what I'm doing? He was like, you're different. He's like, you not supposed to be here. Like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm just going through a phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm depressed. My best friend who I did everything with is gone. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move. And we were talking about what I used to do. And he was like, yo, like, why don't you start doing it here? And so I'm like, I don't know. And he was just like my best friend who passed, like a go-get. He gonna figure it out. And so he went and got a club. All Stars. I'll never forget, on Independence, right across from Red Lobster. And we got the club, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, did a party. It had about 200 people. But in Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, that was lit. I worked at a restaurant. My roommate worked at another restaurant. And, I had made my way around there and made a lot of people. I met a lot of people. So the party in Charlotte was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So I started throwing parties in Charlotte, and it was lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh my God. But in Charlotte, it was like you are, small fish, big pond. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm going to come home, be big fish, small pond.
Come on, let's go, Courtney.
I
like what you did. I like what you did.
Yeah, so that's what happened. But Charlotte really turned me up. So when I came to Charlotte, like going to Charlotte for the bonfire was also like, I got so much love and fan base there because I started like really turning up in Charlotte.
yeah.
And a lot of them are still there. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So
right.
I was like, all right, cool. I just got to make a couple phone calls. You know, I hit the city and, you know, show some love and, you know, and everybody was like, oh, we there. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people from the Charlotte crew who came up, my old roommates, you know, my old workmates, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that I partied with, you know, they still are in Charlotte. So I had a little leg up, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to live in Charlotte for a couple years and I did a lot of stuff there.
Got you. And I want listen. You do the biggest events. You have the biggest bar and lounge,
Mhm.
and you have the biggest parties.
Yeah.
You got 3 different careers, and you're
I
on top of
know.
all of it right now.
I know. Well, actually, and as you saw from the shirt you guys made me, I got so much. It's so
we
much
gonna
more.
Walk
So
them
much-
down right now. Walk them
so
down
much
through that.
more,
Let's
right?
walk them down.
So you know
through
you have
everything
the
got
they have
going
the Cohen, the event center, of course, where you know people can have a wedding at, or you can have a party at, or a baby
would they-
shower.
How would they get to you to if they want to have a wedding, baby? How would they get at you to be able to do that?
Don't get at me. Just go online, thecohen.com.
Okay.
I tell people all the time, when you reach out to me, you're probably never going to get a response. My inbox on social media is crazy. I do have a website. I do have an assistant.
Gotcha.
I do have a phone number just for the Cohen, you know,
Gotcha.
and that is thecohen.com. You fill out an inquiry form, somebody gonna hit you right back. But you can do your things there at the Cohen. Now with the Cohen, of course, because people get married, they want to look for a one-stop shop. We cater. I got the restaurant. I've been in the food business forever. You know what I'm saying? So we have a Vecca Moore, the catering company, and Vecca Moore means with love in French. And so, you know, we just started doing that. So we cater weddings. We do everything with that, right? And so,
shit.
Yeah.
Let's go, Courtney.
yeah,
Let's
you know,
go. I
so,
like this kind of
so you got a
conversation there.
Vecca Moore with the catering company, and then of course you have the Bridge Bar and Grill, your everyday good eats, food vibes. You know what I'm saying? Good time. You also have the Bonfire is its own entity now, because it's just that big, and of course you have that once a year, and then you have the R&B picnic that is taking off. You know,
Smash it.
that is
Smash it.
growing immensely. Like it's doing its thing. And then of course you have Pretty and Plated is a new business that I started, which is charcuterie. So with my weddings that we do catering for, a lot of people like to get the charcuterie and stuff. And then I did some for like a VIP for one party, and then it kind of just people was like, can you make me that? Can you do one for me? Can you do one for me? And then I ended up doing 70 of them for a young lady who had a fashion show.
All right.
Shout out to the Free Mama Project. And then after that, the phone just blew up. Everybody was like, I got to order for 150 of them. Then I got to order for 100 of them. I was like, oh my God, I got a whole nother business I was just playing around with. You know what I'm saying? And that took off and is doing amazingly well. But I do have a new project because I don't stop.
Let's talk about the new one because you got the golden hand. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I have a new
count 7
project.
to 8 projects already.
I love food.
And everything I take off.
I
Let's
love
go.
food. And people know that I'm a foodie and I love catering. I love cooking. Me and my boyfriend have a food truck called the Shady Chef that drops probably in July. We already got the trailer.
Gotcha.
So, but we're working on the branding. The branding is going to be very funny and shady.
Got you.
So it's going to be a lot of shit talking on the food trailer.
Got you.
So it's going to be called The Shady Chef. Look for that very soon. We're just working on some branding things, finishing up the menu, but it's going to be a lot of the favorites. A lot of the favorites. We got the egg. We got seafood egg rolls on it. We got the oxtail egg roll. We got the oxtail Alfredo. We got
that egg roll.
yeah.
Shout out real them boys, man. The vibes, man.
Yeah.
Shout out them boys,
the crew,
man.
And
Shout out the vibes
and
crew,
I
man.
love my crew. And actually, they are on my top. They want to do a vibes reunion party at the Cohen where the chefs come and do all the food and the girls come. So they both of the rails, Big Rail and Little Rail, they both on my top to get that done. They want to do it in October. So a vibes reunion is coming very soon. You know, the fellas are going to take over the kitchen. But, you know, a lot of them are at the Bridge now.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
You should carry your team.
I love my team, you know, and I don't disrupt anything. Like when I shut down, people working, but they know like I'm a play fair, I'm gonna take care of them, and you know that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is.
And I sit there and I watch your blueprint. That's what you do. You take care of your team. You
I
bring
do.
them with you.
I do.
And you got a blueprint. You started with this. I take it in this business. I go to the next one with the same team, the same blueprint, and you tear the shit up. You take over.
Yeah. I mean, I
gotta give
love
you
my
another
people.
cut for that, man.
Listen, because let me tell you what happens when you have a business, when you have so many different people coming in and coming out. Eventually, people gonna be like, "Why they can't keep employees. Like, why they can't keep a, you know what I'm saying? Like, why these people don't want to work here long? And don't get me wrong, my team, no, my girls especially know.
Shout out them bartenders.
I don't want nobody working for me forever. Like, I want to help you build whatever it is that you want to do. So they know they can sit down with me. I have had bartenders, servers of mine who have said, Ma, because they all call me mommy. They all call me Ma, you know, Mama C, you know what I'm saying? They all respect me like I'm a big sis mother figure. Because I am old enough to be some of their mamas, you know what I'm saying? But they all come at me when they have a business idea, they want to do something, they can come to me. And I'm like, all right, cool. What do we need to start this up? I've invested in some of their side projects because the goal is never for me to have a bunch of minions. The goal is for me to build a bunch of monumental women, you know what I'm saying, who can stand next to me and we can do things together. I don't want nobody being underneath me ever. I tell people all the time, don't even call me your boss. Call me your leader. A boss is somebody who want to sit back and act like, no, I'm a leader. I'm going to lead us all into the right direction so we all can be bosses and lead people eventually. You know what I'm saying? So look, I build women who are going to be monsters, right? That's just all I want to do.
And a lot of people don't understand when you build people around you to be better, that's they end up making you a goose because you got to give them something to chase.
Indeed.
You got to keep growing because if you got a bunch of people around here who is stagnant and they ain't moving, how can you move? You gotta stay one step ahead and give them something to chase.
I don't want them around me, and I'm real with them. You know, I got a couple problem children, and they know, and I call them my problem kids. You know, but we have them type of relationships where I can say, listen now, you know, I want to see you do better. I want to see you get everything you want out of life, and I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Like, I'm gonna say it to you, just like my mama gonna give it to me.
Right.
Just like if I see LJ Hughie, just Michi, they gonna tell me about myself, what I'm doing wrong, what I need to do.
Right.
They gonna get in my ass. I'm gonna do the same thing to them.
Love, that's accountability.
I'm gonna do the same thing to them.
And that's why I see why your team's so close to you and they stay with you because like you hold them accountable. And like you say, you want to see them grow.
I want to see everyone grow. That's why, like, even I don't know if because it is chess, it ain't checkers. And even the promoters who are underneath me, you know what I'm saying, and they're not under me, who work with me. All right. You know, you see Shirley.
Shout out Shirley. We'll see you in the garage
Saturday.
That's my baby.
Shout out.
That's my baby. You see Tight.
Shout out
and y'all
Tight.
just had Titus, you know, here the other day. There is also, you know, you got Tone out of Hollywood. You got a couple other promoters. India, shout out my little baby India.
Shout out India.
She up and coming. And there are a lot of them that I purposely, you know, keep close and show them some things that everybody else ain't gonna show them. Like same thing that Michi did with me. I let them know the numbers. Like I show them everything that the business brings in when it grows, right? So like if we starting a new night and I say, okay, cool, I can only afford to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because we building something. But when it grows, I show them this is what the bar did tonight. So we can up the pay. You know what I'm saying? We can afford to pay you more. You know what I'm saying? Like there are no secrets. You know what I'm saying? And I came to Shirley in 2020 because Big Michi came to me and said, Court, I gave it to you. Who you gonna give it to?
Pass that torch.
And I sat down with Shirley in 2020, and she'll tell you this when you talk to her. You know what I'm saying? I said, Shirley, it's time for you to transition. And she wasn't ready then, but she ready now. You know what I'm saying? And I remind her of it. I came to her, I was like, I want to show you everything that I know. I want to show you how to go from just throwing parties to events. So Shirley got some events coming up. You know what I'm saying? Some massive events. You know, Titus got some events coming up, like, you know, taking over some fields and putting on some big events. Like, I want to show them everything. I'm 40. I don't want to do this forever. If I could be like, I want to have like a record label promotional kind of company. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be Baby and Slim.
Put everything
you
on
know,
the umbrella.
And I want to have some promoters that I kind of show the way. You know what I'm saying? Show them the way to do major events so they can see what it takes. You know, because it ain't as easy as they think it look. You know what I'm saying? But I want to show them what it takes, and I want to have I have a million ideas in my head. I can't do them all. You know what I'm saying? And some of them ain't for me. Some of those are like, I just called up a dude the other day. This ain't got nothing to do. Gave him a whole business idea. Came to me and I'm like, but this ain't really for me. This is for somebody else. I gave it to him because every idea I have isn't for me.
And one thing I'm gonna say doing this interview, because we started at the beginning, like you say, you got a lot of fans and you got a lot of haters. Right now, if you watching this interview and you see how she give the game for free, she ain't selling it. Everybody's tell you the game is to be sold, not to be told.
Yeah.
How she get that shit for free? How can you hate on somebody who's this dominant in the game and she's giving it away for free, man?
Well, they hate on what they don't know. They hate on what they don't know. And that's just the truth of it. You know, I had a young lady come to me probably in 2024, 23. No, that's 22, 23, 22, 22 or 23. She came to me and she told me, she's like, I want to apologize to you. I said, for what?
Mhm.
She was like, because I didn't like you because my friends didn't like you.
Mm.
And I was like, huh? And then, so I had to dig deep and I was like, why? And then I found out it had something totally nothing to do with me. It was
Right.
who I was associated with. So they didn't, you know, I got banned into something else, but she was just like, and I just
Gotcha.
want to know, she's like, I want you to know, like, you inspired me. She's like, I watched your videos and I started my business.
Mhm.
She said, and my friends had been telling me to start a business. She said, but only when I heard it from you did I feel convicted to do it. She was like, and I'm sitting here like, why do I not like this woman? Like, she ain't never did
I
nothing.
second
to
that
me.
prison. I did the same thing too. Second that prison, that right here.
And so she was just like, yo, like, I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
and she came and told me the truth.
Definitely,
like in the
definitely.
club one night, she was like, I didn't like you. She said, for no reason. She's
Mhm.
like, and now I'm like, this girl is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So like people sometimes just do shit because if somebody else said something and that's just that, you
And that's
know.
the crazy shit. Like I saw somebody jump online maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was like, they need to shut the bridge down. Something's always going on it. And
Uh-huh.
it's like, no, something's not always going on. Why would you put false information
Yeah.
out there like that?
Yeah, and
Why would you
that's the
try
only thing that
to
bothered me.
Sync your
Yeah.
name like that? I like think of events like it's like you trying to sync Courtney right now, what she's got going on, everything she's doing. She's feeding a lot of family. She has a team.
Facts.
She's doing everything.
Facts.
And you putting false information out there. But when we have a situation like the like the church shooting,
Mm.
your voice wasn't so opinion. You wasn't jumping on that. You wasn't saying,
Yeah.
hey, shit, the church not.
Well,
'cause the
not
white
only
boy
that,
coming
we
and shoot.
just had a shooting in Publix in Nexton. Came bit like crazy, you know. Just you know, it senseless things are gonna happen everywhere,
Mhm.
you know, and we're gonna do the best that we can to prevent some of those things.
Definitely,
but
definitely.
ultimately, the only people to blame are the people who decide to do stupid, senseless things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like ultimately, that's just what it is. But I also understand that wherever there's love, there's hate. I tell
Yes.
people all the time, the 7 deadly sins exist in all of us.
Mhm.
We all have the 7 deadly sins.
Mhm.
It's how we react to it to determine the type of person we are. We done all said some hating ass shit in our head,
Mhm.
but if we acted on it, now we a hater for
Yeah,
real. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
if you check yourself and be like, nah, that was some hating ass shit. I said.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But we all got it in us. You know what I'm saying? And just some of us really are that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we display that when we post hating ass shit on social media, when we say hating ass shit and stir up shit. You know what I'm saying? But all of us
Mhm.
got hate. All you done had a shorty you used to deal with, and now you see it with a new nigga. You like, fuck,
Man,
you with
fuck that nigga,
for.
bro. Fuck you doing with that nigga
You
there?
did- that's
Hey, you
some
leave me
hate-
for that?
That's some hating
What the fuck
ass
you got
shit,
going on?
right? That's some hating
Yeah.
ass shit. But
Yeah.
but you don't go out and really throw the nigga dick in the dirt. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Trying
right.
to, you know what I'm saying? That's when you become the hater. When you got it in you though, but you don't become that. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people it's in all of us. Some people just really got that shit in them and they
Yeah.
display it. And you see it on social media every day when people
All the
spew
time.
hate. And not just on me. Like I just be looking, I be like, why are y'all niggas so negative? Like, but you just gotta know that that's in them. You know what I'm saying? And some people just gotta let that shit out. Like they can't, you know, they can't contain the hate that's within them.
But honestly, man, right now, what I like that's going on, because I was on the floor like the last 3 years. So when I came down there, what I like was going on, it's not just what you doing. We look at the rappers platform. I'm looking at people who are doctors. I'm looking at people who are dentists and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like as a coach, as black people, we are growing. Champson is growing
We
right now.
lit like that. We really
like,
lit
it's-
like
it's
that.
then it's
We
like-
lit like that.
This is where it's at right now. And once again, we gotta give you your flowers because you started it back then. You put us in certain
did.
places.
I did start back then, and I'm just so happy to see the growth of everything that's going on in Charleston. Shout out to Gullah and Grooves. If you haven't been there, it's super sexy, it's super beautiful, great date night, great girls night. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other businesses that are flourishing and are doing amazing in Charleston. So many people who are doing amazing in Charleston.
Mhm.
And it's just like when you look at Trim, oh my God,
Shout
I
out
just oh,
Trim, man. Shout out
when you
Trim.
I'm just so in love with that little girl, okay?
Mhm.
Like when you shout out when you talk about artists like Trim and even the new ones, the One Wavy.
One Wavy GMC.
You know, like
that.
GMC,
I
like,
love
I-
that younger crowd right
I
now.
love them.
Yes,
I am
yes,
in
yes, yes.
love with what they're doing. You know, it's so much shit that's popping right here in Charleston. And if we continue to do what you brothers are doing, supporting and showing the love, the sky is the limit.
Yes,
the sky
ma'am.
is the limit to everybody. You know
ma'am.
what I'm saying? Like, you know, I saw y'all have Boss. That's my baby. That's like my brother.
That's blood. That's
You know
blood.
what I'm
That's-
saying?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
my baby right
family.
there. You know what I'm saying? But he got a great project and the love that he's
yes, he
getting.
do.
You know, the verses that we got coming up.
Okay, because you know, but I let you pop your shit, but we getting this verse now, Courtney. Now, hey,
Okay,
I
go
gotta
ahead.
take my shirt off.
Go
Let's
ahead,
go.
go
'Cause I
ahead.
love what you did.
Go ahead.
I love what you did.
Thank you.
It was to a place where I was talking to him. I was like, bro, we don't got a verses down there. We need a verses. I talked to y'all about it on the back end.
Uh-huh.
Guess who coming up with the verses now? Courtney. Two of the hardest artists.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Too nice. Where did that idea come from? And
So I
Let's go.
gotta keep it 100. I gotta keep it $150. It wasn't my idea. Now, Backboy Sav and Yada was my idea.
right.
The verses came to me from a producer out of Columbia, but rep Charleston as well. Shout out to TA.
Shout out.
That's the homie. TA was like, yo, Court, you should do Dirty Dave versus Marley Marl in a verses. And I was like, okay, cool. And so, you know, I was like, word. And so we kept talking about it. And I was like, I like this idea.
Right.
But I want to do this instead.
Okay, put that.
You know what I'm saying? I was like,
put the minus hand on
yeah,
it. Put the golden touch on it.
this is a great idea. I was like, but I think that it has to be this. And he was like, nah. And I'm like, listen, I hear you, and I love all the artists in Charleston. You know what I'm saying? Marl is my boy.
Shout
One
out
call,
Marl.
that's all.
Shout
I
out
pick up the
Marl.
phone,
Marl got a
Marl
nice
is
platform,
coming.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know in my heart of heart, like it was just something in me. I was like, this is it. And of course, you know, other artists, people who are in the music, oh, it should have been Killer Skip and y'all. It should have been this and that. I'm like, listen.
I think you picked the perfect.
I
you
know
did that
I
great.
did.
I think you did
know
that
I
great.
did. I
think
don't
you
care
did
what
that great.
nobody say. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
I
people
did.
see the business part about your mindset. I see your mindset.
Oh
about
my
it.
God.
I think they don't see that part.
They don't see it, but it's perfect. And when you see some of the footage, because, you know, of course, I just dropped a little snippet of me and Yada on Bayside. Me and Sav just recorded this weekend. And then I have a video with the two of them together.
Got you.
So, you know, the reason I did this because, of course, when you think of verses, and what actually inspired me to do them two is when I thought about the last verses that was on like Apple Music, which was
right.
Tyrese and Tank.
Got you.
It was so much love in that verses. It was fun. It was funny. Like it was good music too, though. But it was great music. But it was fun. It was energetic, you know. And you could tell that they were really friends.
Right.
And I was like, you know, in Charleston, because it's some good shit, but it's some ignorant shit down here too.
A whole lot.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I don't want this to be anything that stirs up something that's like, you know, we beefing or like
I love
this
your
person
business
or, you know
mind.
what I'm saying?
I
Like,
love your business mind. I love it.
I was like, I don't need this to be none of that. I need when
Let's
people
go.
to see it, they know, oh, this about to be some dope ass music
Right.
and a good fucking time.
Yeah.
But it's still a be a versus platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't want nobody to misconstrue like it's a, you know, this
No
this
versus
no.
downtown, none of that. We got
None
two
of that
people out there
bullshit.
celebrating their whole catalog right now.
None of that,
I
none
love
of
the
that
way
bullshit.
You came up with that.
And just being honest, and I gotta look at the can. I love all the artists from Charleston, every last one of
Talk
them.
about your favorite. Let's get into it. You music. You're a musician.
I-
Let's talk about it.
I feel like Sav and Yada got the best catalogs in the city. You know, because Sav and Yada said something. They're like, Courtney, with this verses, you're the only one who could do this.
Yeah.
They're like, you're the only one who could have done this. And so when I started putting a compilation project together, I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. When I started reaching out to artists, everybody was like, set it up. We went to Twin, had the studio session. It was a vibe. We had a good time. And literally the next day, I was just knocked off when that happened. I was like, fuck. So we're going to jump back into it because all the artists were definitely ready to do it. And, you know, I was in my producer mode, you know. I had hit up. I think Cash first did the beat. I think the beat we used.
Shout out Cash
Yeah, I think
first, 'cause
Cash
he's
first did the
releasing
beat.
shit right now, boy.
Yeah, Cash did the beat. We recorded at Twin Studio, and it was a great time. But, you know, we're going to pick it back up when he come home.
Definitely.
Yeah, that gonna be hard.
Listen. What else you got going on when you know about? Put it all out there. They
You
gonna
know
hear
what?
it right now.
So
What
you
else
know the
going
truth
on
of the
right
matter
now?
is, I have no clue. I will wake up tomorrow morning with a whole fucking business plan and some other shit. And my team, they hate me. They love me, but they be like, Courtney, what the fuck? When did you plan this? I'd be like, in my sleep. I woke up, I wrote it down, I got on the phone, I started making calls, and I just made it happen. And they'd be like, can we breathe? You know what I'm
Gotcha,
saying? So
gotcha.
of course, just the rundown right now. Where are we? June is tomorrow. So June 19th, of course, I did the Memorial Day cookout.
Gotcha.
Juneteenth, Friday, we doing the Freedom Friday call out of work cookout. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I got the big shelter at Wanamaker Park, pull up. We doing the big Juneteenth cookout on Juneteenth, that Friday the
Got you,
19th.
got you.
June 20th, I'll be in Charlotte. I got the You Love R&B concert with Trey Songz, Ashanti, Bobby Valentino. That's on June 20th at Route 29 Pavilion where I had the
I'm gonna be
bonfire
there.
at.
We gonna be there.
That's
We ain't missing that,
that's
y'all.
in Charlotte. Then of course July the 4th, I got the All White Erotic Poetry at the Cohen. Then July 11th through 13th, we in Fort Lauderdale. We in Hollywood, we in Miami. I got a bunch of these things going on, but the 12th is the big Beyond Brunch event that's happening in Hollywood, Florida. It's gonna be crazy. People been booking flights, buying sections already.
Let's go.
Then August 9th is my new baby that's near and dear to my heart, the Chili Bear Festival. It's a family-friendly event. Charleston, of course, is known for chili bears. They call them everything everywhere else, but in Charleston, we call them chili bears.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing a two key component scholarships. We're doing an educational scholarship where I'm requiring seniors who graduated this year to write what does Charleston mean to me and how they're going to take Charleston with them when they go to college. Then I'm doing an entrepreneurship scholarship where kids are only ones who can sell chili bears.
Right.
But once they sign up, we're going to put them with another entrepreneur, an adult entrepreneur, who's going to mentorship them with naming their chili bear stand and what kind of flavors and prices and all the names of the chili bears and stuff like that. And at the Chili Bear Festival, I'll have some other business owners come and look and get the pictures from the kids.
Present.
And
You ain't even gotta ask me.
we're gonna award one of the kids $1,000 entrepreneurship scholarship.
Dope, that's dope,
The
that's dope, that's
educational
dope,
scholarship will be
that's
$2,000. Both of those will be in my grandmother's name, the Minnie Ethel Legacy Scholarship. My grandmother died educated. She was the first person in her family to
R.I.P.
graduate college, and she died literally still teaching summer school. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out Granny. Shout out Grandma.
Yeah, so August 9th is my big thing. And then August 29th, a part of my my Baby Slim promotional crew, I got some promoters that I've put together, and they got a big field day coming up August 29th. Look for that. It's going to be super dope. Some of the hottest promoters in the city are coming together to do one of the most massive adult field days. And it's going to be real lit.
So right now, before we leave right there, anybody who's stepping inside the lane right now that you stepping, like you say, you passing the torch, what kind of advice would you give them right now?
Listen, but also go with your gut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened a lot to the people who came before me. I learned a lot, and then I took what they gave me and I pivoted. And I put my spin on it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Be different. Think outside the box. And don't get in your feelings. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, don't get in your feelings. Like, a lot of times people aren't going to support you who you think are going to support you. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Don't get in your feelings about it. Somebody didn't come to your party, or your party didn't have, but this. Don't get in your feelings. Your feelings are going to get you fucked up every day. Don't get in your feelings. Stay to what you supposed to be doing, but don't get in your feelings. I think if I got in my feelings, I'd be a lost cause if I was in my feelings. I stay out of my feelings so I can stay in my bag. And I tell a lot of people, just don't take it personal. My first few events when I'd be like, they coming, and a DJ told me this. Boss Hog actually told me. He's like, fuck it, we here. Yeah. And I was like, you're right. Let me celebrate the people who are here.
Gotcha.
And when you celebrate those people, it don't matter if 4 people here or 400. If them 4 people had a good fucking time, guess what? Next time is 8 because they're going to bring somebody back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make sure the people you got inside the room having a good time and they enjoying themselves, that's all that fucking matters. It's up.
Sitting there having this conversation with you, I can see why you should say so.
Thank
you have a brilliant mind. You have a master game plan. You have a great team. And the way you think and the way you give back and you pay it forward, man, that's the dopest shit in the world.
Thank you.
Anybody watching this, man, right now, shout out to Courtney right now. She put it on for Charleston, bro.
Yeah, man.
Give her flowers, man. Let's do it.
I love the city. That's the thing. I love the city, too. People tell me all the time, you should have been left Charleston. I'd be like, maybe I could have, but I love the city. I do. Man, I love the city.
You gonna leave Charleston for you on damn soul Charleston now. You got a whole base out there.
Well, I am traveling with Charleston. I got the Florida joint. Yeah. I did the cruise party last year that was super lit, and next year I'm doing a ski trip. So I am taking Charleston with me, but we just traveling together though.
So we at with the bonfire. We ain't get there yet.
Well, we are there. I'm sorry. I didn't plan my whole year. Right, November 28th is the bonfire, but I am doing it in Bowman, South Carolina this year. And the reason is It's black owned. And they will allow me to do BYOB. I don't want to run a bar.
Right.
Bring your own
They're
stuff
allowing
now.
us to do BYOB. So I love that.
your
You can
own
bring your own
stuff.
coolers. I actually hate doing that. I love, people to bring, their own drinks or whatever, of course. But Bowman, we have Bowman this year, November the 28th. The date has already been set. I'm just waiting to see who gonna own the summer. Right now, it looks like Carisha, but I don't know, before we start looking at who we bring into the bonfire. So we just trying to see what the summer gonna look like as far as who gonna close out with the bangers, who gonna, make the most noise, you know what I'm saying? But after that, then we'll see who we're gonna bring to the bonfire.
And honestly, with the celebrities like Juvie and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you got a nice little roster. I like that. I like the
I'm
networking.
old school,
I like the
though.
networking now.
I'm an old school girl at heart, so I want old school artists. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you,
Like,
got you.
depending on a friend of mine was talking about doing some artists. If he does it this year, I'm not going to do it. But if he don't, I'm definitely hopping on some of these artists that we were talking about, some more old school artists, that would be very dope for the bonfire. But I'm still on that new wave. I like the Belly Gang. I like YK Niece. I like, I like Carisha, the new joint. So we just got to see what else they're going to come out with, because I like catalogs at the bonfire as well. I don't want a one
Makes
song.
sense, yeah.
I want to hear music. I did Rocco, and a lot of people slept on Rocco.
Rocco is like that. He one of the ones.
I
though.
had Rocco in Charlotte.
He one of the ones.
And it was like, people was like, I'm like, yo, Rocco got hits.
Yeah, he one of the ones.
Like, what are y'all talking about?
I think that's our age group. I think that's
I
our
was
generation.
like, what
That's
y'all
why.
talking about? Rocco like that. So, if I could find another artist to put on with one of the new artists who have a catalog, because another one who I think has just been oversaturated, and I'm a shut up because people talk shit about. I've been trying to do this for a while, but people keep telling me, no, it's gonna make the bonfire whack. And it's Pastor Troy, like.
Oh, Pastor got them.
Pastor got them hits.
He do.
I think that they saturated him, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they made him seem corny because
Yeah.
they kept bringing him down here. But I'm
Yeah.
like, yo,
That's all
like
time, too.
that album is crazy.
Just off the run.
From the beginning
Come
to
on,
the
man,
end.
vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
it's crazy work. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but they keep beating me up. My crew be like, Courtney, you cannot bring Pastor Troy. I be like, all right.
If anybody can do it, you can do it.
They be talking
Right.
shit to
You
me.
can do it.
They be talking shit to me about it. So I said, okay, I ain't gonna fuck with it. But it is what it is.
Gotcha. Thank you, man, for joining our
I
platform.
appreciate y'all.
She came here. She told her story. She let y'all know what's going on. She dropped a lot of Jews. She did her thing. And honestly, I learned a lot from this. Is my favorite interview right now.
Oh,
I learned a lot from
Don't
this
gas
now.
me up, but I thank
I
you.
learned a lot from you. I learned a lot from this now.
Yeah, man, I'm about to go twerk on a boat. Oh, I got a boat ride to go to. Shout out to the
Y'all
girl.
go ahead, y'all-
Shout out to the girl Trim.
Shout out
I
to
love
shout
her
out
so
Trim,
much.
man. Y'all have fun on the boat ride.
Ooh, that's
Okay, so now I'm telling you all my business, okay? We are in contact with her people, and we're trying to solidify her for a date, for one of those dates that I just called out. I'm not going to tell you which one, because we haven't solidified it yet. But what I can tell you is that she wants to do something with one of those dates, and we are just trying to make sure that her record label doesn't have her doing anything, but we are already in conversations with her. We just have not confirmed which event that we're going to have her on.
what's up.
I got to support. I
Y'all
got
see
to
that?
be the first one,
This is the quote before we leave here. If nobody can do it, Courtney can.
Thank
That's
you.
the quote. That's the quote.
Man, we appreciate y'all for being here,
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Courtney and everything she's doing. We appreciate you, mama.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.